All right. Again, appreciate the time from everybody today. Just real quick, I wanted to spend a few minutes and introduce myself, our organization, and then talk to you a little bit more about how this is, as was mentioned, this age-old roadside animal is hopefully being tamed and being moved into the new age. So a little bit about RoadTitan. We are a company that's specifically focuses on class 7 and 8 over-the-road trucks. Our products are designed to help productivity, safety, as well as really provide an insurance regarding the overall operations of the vehicles. There we go. So a few things that RoadTitan does, we actually have pioneered a little bit of a unique approach to products in this space, which is more of a subscription-based month-to-month product. Typically, I'm sure you're aware that most of the products are more of a time and mileage-based product, whether it be for prepaid maintenance or whether it be a VSC for protection, wheel and tire, things of those natures. We've designed really a gym membership for your asset, in this case, your truck and your livelihoods. So a few of the products that we currently have live is our Roadside, of course, that's featured on the protective site. We also do subscription fleet key, a wheel and tire package, key and battery, and then high tech, which is a brand new one for us that really handles all of the electronic products inside the vehicle. So with all the new gadgets and designs and everything going on, we feel that it's important to keep those protected and in great operating condition. So the head units, the nav units, the AC units within your cabs, those things need to be operational. So there's protection there. And the newest one that we're going to be launching here very soon, which we think really applies well, is what we call our Titan Safety Secure product, which is in a sense a concierge, a safety concierge in your pocket. It's all cellular based, but it has immediate crash detection built in, along with the ability to take it with you. So when you are, whether you are disabled or in terms of on roadside or potentially taking a break, there's a fast and easy way to reach the emergency services that you might need to address a situation. So a few things about the benefits that we provide. Again, as all concentrated in the class 7 and 8, the products that we provide either are directly or indirectly providing all of the things that you see here. So towing and winch extractions, replacement and tire change on site, mobile mechanics, fluid deliveries, jumps or bumps. And then also if there is an overnight situation that is required due to a breakdown, we want to make sure that you can get where you need to go and not be out of pocket. So we provide for alternative transportation, rental car, trip interruption. One of the other benefits of our program too is we've designed it so that the actual driver themselves will not have to go out of pocket. Those can be billed through the program. So that there's no situations where the driver themselves has to worry about paying and reimbursement. It's all designed to make it as seamless as possible. A couple things about the fact that it's month to month. No long-term commitments on our products. You're not paying for a 2, 3, 4, 5-year program and premium financing it. It's truly month to month. And again, the products themselves are with the vehicle. So it doesn't matter if you've got multiple drivers in the same vehicle, the asset is protected, and there's a way for you to actually manage that through our Covey app. Covey is a complete digital management of your products, whether they be roadside or any other type of protection product. And as a fleet manager, you can keep all of these products in one place, in your mobile phone, and get quick access to it, but then also allow the drivers to have access in order to, potentially call for that roadside assistance. So it allows, more of an administration level for fleet managers, and for drivers, they can access the products that are relevant to the vehicle that they're driving. A few of the things that are inside of that is the towing and dispatch feature, which is an Uber-like situation. You can tap the button, it immediately sends your coordinates in, and the towing service is able to respond back in app and let them know that there is help coming, and then you can track that in the app as well. And again, it's a all things all things asset, all things fleet, and the fact that all of your products can be stored in one place in the application. So with that, I'll kick over and just run through some of the things that have been going on within this space. Again, the traditional commercial roadside has really been a challenge for many fleet managers and owner operators, in the fact that it can occur frequently. A report that was produced a couple of years ago showed that on average, every 10,000 miles, there's some sort of incident, whether it be mechanical, tire, brakes, some failure that requires a roadside assistance. And traditionally, the only thing that you could do is, utilize a phone call, whether that be in the old days with the dialer, or whether now with the cell phones, you have to make a phone call, try to really understand where you're located. You could be between areas with any roadside marks. You could be on a rural road, and those situations make it difficult to give a precise location. There's been situations I know where somebody's the transmission of data indicates that you're in a westbound lane, and you're actually in the eastbound lane, so it even delays things even longer. It also can sometimes make it very vague in terms of what those cost structures are, and what how far that vehicle can be towed, and will it be able to be towed as a truck and trailer, or what situation you may have to leave assets behind. A lot of times people believed with this model that when they were given information, it was true, it was going to happen, and there was help on the way. And that isn't the case. In many cases, the roadside providers have to go and literally find somebody who will take the call for the price that is being specified. With a protection product, obviously that's much different. It's a full coverage tow type of a scenario. So some, as admitted, spoken to, there's a lot of, when it comes to roadside, there's a lot of situations where it's not just a breakdown, but what can happen afterwards. So as you can see from the slide in front of you here, a lot of secondary and tertiary accidents occur due to those roadside incidents. So it's a matter of keeping yourself safe, keeping the truck, the cargo safe, and not only from other accidents, but when you're disabled, that leaves things open to criminal activities as well. And we want to avoid that as much as possible by making sure that you're off the road as quick as possible. And in the current situation, again, it's a lot of wait and see. And so with the dawning of technology and cellular, what we're finding is that really this doesn't have to be this way anymore. Knowing the information, knowing when somebody is coming, knowing that they've received the information will help you with understanding what you should do, whether you should stay on site with the truck, whether you should find alternate transportation to a safe location. It provides much more valuable information to make those decisions. And so a few studies that have been done have indicated that drivers who use those telematics systems or in-vehicle personal communication receive a faster roadside assistance call because they get more accurate information to the provider. If you go with a traditional land-based model, you end up with an average of 50 minutes for help to arrive, but in many cases, it's much longer, especially when you're dealing with class 7 and 8, which have special needs and special equipment that are needed to be brought out. And the problem with that is that every 2 to 3 minutes spent on scene, you increase the possibility of a secondary crash or incident by a percentage point. And that can be very dramatic. If you're waiting 50 minutes plus, it opens you up to a lot of exposure on the highways. So where things have gone with digital, as I mentioned with our platform earlier, if you have a digital provider and it's enabled, they can actually send out those location services. They'll know exactly where you are to a pinpoint of about 3 meters. That's very important. And it also will indicate, on which side of the road you are, because it's so accurate. So you end up with a lot of more robust response time with less situations of mistakes being made. You also, through a digital provider, they understand what you potentially need. Not all situations are a full tow, obviously. Sometimes it's a fluid delivery or a tire repair. And when you can provide all of that information digitally through an application, it avoids a lot of phone calls from one person to another, a breakdown of communication, and allows the asset to be off the road and for the driver to be safer in a faster time frame. Some other things that digital providers are now providing is the ability to find a recommended service facility nearby. It used to be in the old days, and still occurs at now, but the tow truck provider will take you to their friend's place, right? Because they know that they're going to be able to provide revenues as a service provider there. So with digital, you can actually find a preferred facility based on your fleet, or looking for somebody who has specific abilities to repair a vehicle from class 7 and 8. And then you also, through the applications in digital, you can actually coordinate any type of movement, whether that be requesting an Uber or a ride share, or potentially setting up for that ability to stay at a hotel or get a rental car in order to get yourself in a safe situation, whether it be overnight or for a short period of time. So again, digital has really transformed where the traditional players have been. They also can locate the tow providers much faster. They have a larger network. In many cases, the networks are regional and fractioned. So by integrating all this into one place and with just a few taps of a button, you're able to increase the odds of finding a provider who can handle the specific situations in a timely fashion.